Hi guys, hope you're well. Grade 12. In this video we are revising November 2023 as we're preparing for 2024, right? So paper 1, I decided to start with calculus at question 7. Question 7 has about 13 marks, right? So where you're going to deal with your differentiation, first principles. Yeah, those are very important parts. So first question says determine 7.1, determine the derivative of f of x from first principle if f of x is given as negative 4x squared. 5 marks, right? So using a power rule, guys, we can say that negative 4 times 2 will be 8, then 2 minus 1, subtracting the power will give us 1. So in other words, the solution must be 8x. We already have that in our mind. So, but we need to apply that in a first principle. Let's put that into practice. Into practice, remember we have f of x, right? Is equals to negative 4x squared. So we are going to write the formula first of first principle, f at x plus h minus the given function divided by h. Remember, as limit h approaches 0, limit as h approaches 0, limit as h approaches 0. Where I see x, I'm going to replace by x plus h. Where I see x, I'm going to replace by x plus h. I hope I'm clear, guys, on that. Then minus the given function, which is negative 4x squared. I hope you are noting that. So we have limit as h approaches 0. So we have negative 4. So let's work out the brackets. You square the first, this will be x squared. The power multiplies everything. 2 times x times h, or you can use the one that you open two brackets, but I prefer this one. 2 times x times h, that will be 2xh. Then square the last, that will be h squared. Okay. Then negative and negative, that will be positive 4x squared. Yes, divided by h. And we are not done. We need to simplify this bracket, guys. This negative 4 will multiply everything that is inside the bracket. Negative 4 times 2 times x squared, that will be negative 4x squared. Negative 4 times 2, that will be negative 8xh. Negative 4 times h squared, that will be negative 4h squared plus 4x squared divided by h. So we have limit as h approaches 0. So the like terms, negative 4x squared plus negative 4x squared, this they cancel. So we are left with negative 8xh minus 4h squared divided by h. No? We collected the like terms there. And we did find that there's no like term for negative 8xh. So from here, you need to take out the highest common factor. The highest common factor is h, then I'm left with negative 8x, because if I multiply by h, it gives me this again. For me to get to negative 4h squared, I need negative 4h divided by h. This cancels. Common h will cancel. Limit as h approaches 0. Negative 8x minus 4h. When it comes to this, where there is h, you put 0. We are going to have negative 8x minus 4 times 0. What is that? 4 times 0 it's 0. Negative 8x minus 0, that will be negative 8x. That's the solution. That's the solution for this question, right? That's how you can get that beautiful 5 marks. Now we'll look at 7.2, 7.2.1. 7.2.1, guys. We are at 7.2. How many marks? That's 2 marks. That's 3 marks, guys. So we need to determine this using a derivative, but we are going to use a differentiation, guys. There's no need for us to use a first principle to such question. Right? 7.2.1 f at x is given as 2x cubed minus 3x. So from here, that's you're going to say 2 times 3. When you differentiate, multiply by x, then you subtract the power by 1. We have the power of 1, and that will be negative 3 times 1 times x. Then you subtract the power by 1. What is 2 times 3? That's 6. So what is 3 minus 1? That's 2. Then we have 3 times 1, that's 3. Then what is 1 minus 1? That will be x to the power of 0. So we have what? 6x squared. What is x to the power of 0? That's 1. 1 times 3, that will be negative 3. So you have this as your solution. I hope you have seen how we work out 7.2.1. That's your 2 marks, right? So let's go to 7.2.2. 7.2.2, we are given dx, open the bracket, 7, 3 to the power 3 root x squared plus 2x to the power of negative 5. The aim is to change that root, guys. We will need to get rid of that root. When we change that root, we're going to have 7x 2 to the power of 3. Right, that's how we are taking out the square root there. Well, guys, okay. In terms of this, when you're here, you will need to change this into a fraction. That will be 2 all over 3 plus 2 plus 2x to the power of negative 5. Then let's differentiate. 7 times 2 all over 3 will give us 14 all over 3. 2 all over 3 minus 1. 2 all over 3 minus 1 will give us negative 1 all over 3. 2 times negative 5, that will be negative 10. Negative 5 minus 1, that will be negative 6. So we can leave it like this, or we can leave it in a positive exponent. Leaving it in a positive exponent will have 1 all over x to the power of 1 all over 3. Here we are going to have 1 times 1 all over x to the power 6. Then what is 14 times 1? That will be 14 divided by 3 x to the power of 1 over 3, or you can leave it in root form. Then it's the same as 10 times 1, which is 10. Then 1 times x to the power of 6, the same as x to the power of 6. So you can leave it like this. But that was 3 marks. Probably they will want you to leave it here, right? So we can go to our last question, which is 7.3. Our last question, guys, they said, for which values of x will the tangent to f of x is equals to negative 8x have a positive gradient? Well, for us to have, they said, for which values of x will the tangent to f of x have a positive gradient? For this question, guys, you need to understand that the gradient of a tangent, it's always the first derivative. So in this case, you're going to derive this f of x. Let's put that into practice. 7.3. Remember, you're given f at x is equals to negative 2x cubed plus 8x. So we'll first have to derive this. What is negative 2 times 3? That will be negative 6. What is 3 minus 1? That will be x squared. Then what is 8 times 1? That will be 8. What is 1 minus 1? That will be 0. X to the power 0, it's going to be 1. 1 times 8, still 8. Since they said it will have a positive gradient, remember we've already derived this, so that will be greater than 0. You'll use the inequality sign, which is greater than 0. Something that is positive is greater. If they said negative, we'll have used the less than 1. So we're going to say greater than 0. So let's simplify this. So I'm having 6x squared. If we take 8, it becomes negative 8. Then divide by 6, we are left with x squared. Because we're dividing a negative, this will be lesser than. So what is 8 divided by 6? Divided by 6, that will be 4 all over 3. So square root of 4 all over 3, square root of 4 all over 3 other words, our solution here, you're going to have negative, because there are two, because it's a quadratic, you're going to have negative 2 root 3, or you're also going to have x is 2 root 3. Then from here, we're going to leave it in an inequality form. So we have negative 2 all over 3, which is lesser than x but greater than 2 all over root 3, right? So this will be your solution in this case, guys. Hope I've made sense from our 7.1 to 7.3. That's how you can work with your differentiation. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful 13 marks. If you're new to this channel, what are you waiting for? Kindly subscribe. You only subscribe once. Like, comment. Remember, we wish you all the best, and we